to you about one of the most anticipated releases of the month, The Lord of the Rings new movie. Mike, what did we miss if we didn't watch it?
Yeah, so Rings of Power is like I'm very, very excited about this because in a way, a couple things. One, it could really take Amazon's platform to kind of be able to host like the new Game of Thrones in a sense. But two, if this is pulled off very well, the whole Lord of the Ring franchise, as we already know it, can completely change. And watching those movies again will have all new meaning. So for those that don't know, like Rings of Power is based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings franchise, but it's kind of giving you like everything before like The Hobbit, everything before Lord of the Rings, like hundreds and thousands of years ago, before all that happens, and is just kind of setting everything up, setting the entire world for you to get introduced to those movies I just mentioned. And in order to do that, Amazon spent a lot of money on this first season alone. I think
$1
like
billion on this
billion
series.
dollars, and you can really tell just from watching this first season in a couple of ways. One, the cinematography, absolutely amazing. Lord of the Rings like captured that, in the 90s whenever they released that movie, being filmed in New Zealand. I mean, this one is able to do it just as well, if not like way better in today's times. But then also too, like building an entire world that you yourself as the viewer will be able to immerse yourself in. So all the different monsters and like creatures that are in the Lord of the Rings franchise, you're able to see those with this like I don't know, like high tech capabilities. The CGI is very great, and the costumes are even great as well. So in a nutshell, it's essentially just telling the story of everything that happened beforehand. I'm very excited about this because I think it has lots of potential to be able to do very well, and we'll be able to extract even more value out of the franchise as we already know it. Em, I know that you also watch this. Anything else that you'd like to add to that?
Mm, I thought Tolkien's work is amazing, of course, and I don't know if you knew that Tolkien is a South African writer, and this is his franchise. But for Amazon to really make something of it, they've actually sunk $1 billion in the first season, and they have. If I can call this epic, this is epic because I haven't seen something as well done as this in a very long time. And of course, the entire series starts with a prologue, which retells the encounter, the montage of battles, and the opening of Peter Jackson's adaptation of the Fellowship of the Ring. And while Bilbo, Frodo, Aragorn, and Gandalf are not here in this series, but it has the same kinetic cinematic language. It has the sweeping shots, the New Zealand landscapes, the orchestral score, and just every living, breathing thing that you imagine that you've seen before is completely uh, projected here. Now, of course, Galadriel is the series lead here as well, and the episodes take her from hunting down Sauron in a distant land to the Elven kingdom of Lindon, and then beyond that, her character goes from minor arc and feels condensed and complete in the premiere, of course. And what follows up is the series. She is the driving force of the series. But that's not the only story being told in the first chapters, because only two episodes have been released by Amazon this week, and of course, in the following weeks, other episodes are going to drop. But we also meet the Harfoots, the ancestors to the hobbits, who have had some knack of accidentally stumbling into trouble. There's Markella Kavanagh, Nori, and of course, she's troublesome and funny, and either Mary or Pippin. While Lenny Harry's mysterious soothsayer Sadok burrows as intrigued to the whimsical tale, and takes more substantial turn as the Harfoots are drawn into the world of the big people. So these characters are so beautifully imagined, and I really enjoyed watching this entire Rings of Power, where this could be just like House of Dragon was a spin-off to Game of Thrones. This is the proverbial thing, spin-off, this story tells it is more than just a story. It is a lot of stories coming together, and it's so well done. You will go back to references of this entire series. You'll have to go back and keep Googling for references to really understand it. But every scene in the series, where the money has gone. You feel the denseness of the movie, and there's barely a minute to breathe between as the movie moves from location to location. A series moves from location to location. You don't get the breathing time. It really engulfs you, it hooks you, it triggers you, and it's gotten your attention. And the lore of Middle Earth, as the Rings of Power tells, is it's just an amazing adventure. I totally enjoyed it.
And with that, we hope you guys have enjoyed Rings of Power. If you haven't seen it, please go ahead and be sure to watch it. Just remember that it is being released episode by episode, or I believe it's like being released 2 episodes at a time. Is that right?
2 episodes at a time.
Yeah, it is being
Every
released
week.
2 episodes at a time. So we will continue to keep updating you guys on what happens. And this has been Shreya, Mira, and Michael giving you the latest and the greatest in Bollywood movies, media, and entertainment. So be sure to check back in next week where we have another episode, keeping you guys in the loop about what you should know in the world of Bollywood, Hollywood, and everything in between. Thanks, everyone.